Oh yeah, this isn't gonna go well. Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for oh, it's making my mom call. This is gonna be my review for ReZero, episode 1. I'll be right back. I'm gonna have the house to myself tonight. Oh my god. Yeah, that bug bomb is strong in the smell, and everybody else is leaving, and I can't leave because I have to work in the morning. If I didn't, or if I had to work in the afternoon, I'd go with them, but no, I can't. Because I live close enough to work that I could just walk there. So I have a towel under my door at the moment, and my door's shut. So, yeah. I was not expecting that. I still have to go take a shower later. As soon as I get done with this video, I'm gonna go take a shower as soon as I get done eating. Anyway, it ain't because of that. It ain't because of the bug bomb. No. I just needed a cough. Anyway, the main character, Subaru, is just going about his business, going to the convenience store. And he goes to walk out after getting what he needs. He blinks a couple of times, and he's instantly transported to that new world. I'm like, really? That's the laziest way to get transported to another world I've ever seen. All the other isekais that I've seen, the characters end up dying and going to another world, or they just get transported there by one of the gods or something. Because, No Game No Life was like that. From what I've heard, Saga of Tanya the Evil was like that. What else? If I'm missing any, let me know. But most of them end up through the character dying. This guy is alive and well. In his own clothes, with the stuff in his hand, and everything. So, yeah. Anyway, he thinks that he actually knows about isekais. He knows that he's been transported to another world and that he could possibly get supernatural powers and all that other stuff. Because I'm assuming he's seen Overlord because he thinks he's going to be OP. And things are not how he thinks they're going to be. So, he ends up running into some thugs after trying to buy some fruit, and obviously his coinage is not usable, and he can't read the signs, so he's got no in-game health bar, he's got nothing like that like a video game would have, and he has no way of knowing any of his stats, his skills now, or anything. He has no way of knowing how to use magic or anything, because there is magic in this world. And, yeah, he ends up thinking that, some pretty girl is going to show up, and because she was the one who summoned him, and help him to know what's going on. No, some thugs show up and try to rob him. Basically, usually if somebody tries to rob you, you would think self-defense. And that's essentially what he does. He actually beats the crap out of two of the guys, and then one guy pulls out weapons, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. And I'm like, yeah, you should have taken out him first. And then the other two would have been easier for you, because he actually does know how to fight. Or maybe it was just instinct, I don't know. But yeah, he's still carrying on about how he is going to be the hero, the main antagonist, blah, 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 He's seen this sort of thing, and I guess he's seen isekai animes in his world, so he would know. And then, some girl runs past him, blonde hair, skimpy outfit, because apparently she's trying to get away from somebody, and doesn't even try to help, and they just go back to kicking him. Then another girl shows up, silver white hair, purplish eyes, and at first she wasn't going to do anything. Then she turns around and just knocks them all out with magic. And essentially either scares them with the familiar or attacks them with the familiar. I can't even remember which, but they just end up running off screaming. And they stay and help him because at first we think he's gonna leave. They're gonna leave him behind, but no, they stay and heal his wounds. Anyway, she lets him know that she's trying to find something that was stolen from her. And our first thought is that girl from before, the blonde hair, she stole it. And it's apparently some insignia, like a little thingy you carry. And it's very important to her that she gets it back. Dang it, I'm trying to think while checking my email because I've got 2 roleplays going. Okay, sorry, the email was from the person I'm getting ready to start with, and she was just letting me know a little detail about her character and her character's crush, because we're making an original where our characters are transported to another world where humans have either been hunted to extinction or been bred into extinction. So humans are no longer in the world, and both our characters are humans, so... Okay. Oh, they're trying to catch the dogs. And I guess pin them up somewhere for the time being before they leave, because they're taking the dogs with them. Because like I said, everybody is trying to leave because of the staying bug bomb, and I'm staying because I have work. I would, but my sister lives in the other city, and it would take 15 minutes to get there, and I don't want my mom having to deal with that as well. Anyway, I'm gonna try and do this quick. He tries to help her find it, and they're going through this whole entire city trying to look, and obviously it's like finding a needle in a haystack. And they end up helping a little girl who's lost, and they find her mother, and they end up retracing the girl's steps to the fruit stand guy from before, and they find out her name is Ocelanta, something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, we find out that the little girl from before is his daughter. And since they helped her, he gave them the information that they needed, which sent them to the slums of the city. And they end up going to some looter house or something, and when he goes inside, he ends up finding the owner dead. And right before he can even do anything, the person responsible attacks him and hurts it, and probably does a death blow, essentially. Ocelot walks in, she ends up the same fate, and he ends up dying and sent right back to the fruit stand guy before he ends up running into the thieves. So I'm like, it's a save point thing, because usually in a game, if you die, you are sent right back to the last save point that you made in the game. You know? Only this time, he knows what happened last time, so he thinks essentially that he was transported there, and Ocelot, whatever her name is still back at the looter house, dead. So he ends up trying to rush back there, and he ends up running to the thieves again, and I was like, ooh, save point, because he hasn't run into them yet, and they're acting like they haven't met him before. And he actually takes down all 3 of them this time by starting with the guy with the weapons. And he runs straight back to the looter house. The guy from before that was dead is now alive. So I know this is exactly what's going on. Unless somebody can tell me otherwise. But that's how I'm seeing it. Anyway, he tells the guy what he's looking for, and that someone is coming that could possibly have what he's looking for. And sure enough, the blonde girl from before shows up, and we find out that she does have what he's looking for, but she's looking to sell it to somebody, and that person is supposed to be showing up. And he tries to trade his phone because it's now useless. And apparently they think it's some kind of device that allows people to use magic. They can't use magic. And it's apparently worth at least 20 holy coins. And the person shows up, and I was like, ooh, that's the person that probably did him in. And she is prepared to offer 20 holy coins, but the guy said that his item is worth at least that much, so it could be worth more. So he assumes that he's going to be getting the insignia, and she doesn't take this well. She actually asks him what he's planning on doing with it, if he were to get it. And he answers honestly, which is not the smart thing to do in this situation. He said he was planning on finding the owner and returning it to them. She attacks him, but thankfully Felt gets him out of the way in time of the slash. And essentially asks him, do you want to die? And I can't remember what the old guy's name is. I'm sorry, but he fights her and ends up getting killed in the process. Felt hates this, goes after herself, and ends up getting killed in the process as well. And Subaru does too. As you can probably expect, he ends up right back at that fruit stand, same point as before. And he ends up passing out, but then he ends up getting some water and food, and he ends up seeing Ocelot walking by before she got her insignia stolen. And he calls out to her, thinking that he left her there and that she managed to somehow survive. And he apologized to her for leaving her there and that all that stuff. And he's like, why are you calling me by that name? Essentially, I'm guessing it's a bad name or something. And essentially acting like she doesn't know him. So yeah, this is going to be interesting. How is he going to explain that he knows her? I'm surprised he didn't figure out that it was a save point thing, because he's a gamer. He knows about save points. You go to the last save point when you die in a game. It's kind of basic knowledge there. Hopefully he'll figure it out at some point. But if I'm wrong about that, please let me know. Because if it's like a loop thing where it's Groundhog Day thing, that doesn't really make sense, because he would have been sent back to the beginning where he just arrived. Maybe? Anyway, I am curious as to how this show is going to go, and I hope you guys enjoy this. And if you found this channel through the show, please consider subscribing, because I'm going to go through this show. And I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you all next time.